I am going to discuss about function with arrays. So arrays can be passed as an argument in two ways. Already we discussed passing of parameters either in the form of call by value or in call by address. Similarly, in arrays can be passed as an argument in two ways. One is passing individual element of array. Next one is passing entire array as an argument. One is passing individual element of the array as an argument, or by passing entire array as an argument. So whenever we are passing any individual element as an argument, here it is passed an argument to a function just like an ordinary variable, ordinary value, just like ordinary value, ordinary value. In such case, ordinary value or variable is enough to receive called function. So if you made any changes inside the function with received value, those changes are not affected on the original array, similar to call by value. So here simply we are passing ordinary value. The received value by the called function, if you made any changes, it will not reflect in the original array, simply in the form of call by value. Similarly, passing entire array as an argument. Here passing entire array as an argument. So here always a pointer is required to receive the array at the called function. But in previous example we are passing only one value. So it does not require any pointer to pass that value. Why? Because there we are passing only ordinary value. But here it is passing a value in the form of entire array, all the values of the array. For passing all the values of the array, here it requires one pointer. If you made any changes inside the function with the received argument, those changes are affected in the original array also. Why? Because you are receiving all the values through the address. If you made any changes, that also made changes to the original place also. So here pointer to pointer, how it can be. So pointer variable that holds address of an ordinary variable, that is known as pointer variable. But whereas pointer to pointer variable holds address of another pointer variable. In previous example video we gone through the star ptr, star pptr example like that. So a pointer variable that holds address of another pointer variable is known as pointer to pointer variable. So here look this int x star p star q, x equal to that is address of the value at address operator. I hope all you know this. X equal to 10, p equal to ampersand x, q equal to ampersand q. So that is going to be specified. It is called as pointer to pointer. So it is our previous example. Already we gone through a value. I hope all you know this. All you remember. So pointer to pointer variable. So here how we can. So star p star q. So star here it is a equal to 5. Star p is nothing but address of that a. Star q means address of that p. Address of that p. That is going to be clear. Next very important topic is memory allocation process. Memory allocation process. Here while allocating the memory, always this program instructions are global and static variables stored in region known as the permanent storage area. Permanent storage area. So here in this, each is having the temporary area is called as the stack. It is going to be stored the local variables, and other free memory area that is called as a heap. Other global variables and program instructions are stored in the permanent storage area. So here the memory allocation can be made either in the form of static or maybe dynamic. Memory allocation for all these purposes, local variable, global variable, free up memory space, and the program instructions for storing of program instructions. This allocation may be classified as either static memory allocation or dynamic memory allocation. This static memory allocation, memory for the variable, is created at the time of compilation. Is called as a static. Is called as a static memory allocation. So at the time of compilation, whatever you are going to be create, that is called a static memory allocation. Whereas dynamic memory allocation, here the memory for the variables are allocated at the time of execution of program is called dynamic memory. So at the time of execution, so here the functions, following functions are used for dynamic memory or malloc, malloc, M-A-L-L-O-C, malloc. Next one is CLOC, malloc, CLOC, or realloc. Next one is free. So malloc, CLOC, and realloc are the memory allocation functions, whereas free is a memory releasing function. Free is a memory releasing function. So dynamic memory allocation. Here all the variables is allocated at the time of execution. That is called dynamic memory. Here there are three memory allocation functions like malloc, CLOC, realloc, and other one is fourth one is free, that is going to free up the memory. Malloc function used to allocate the memory for the variables at runtime. Allocate the memory at that runtime. So here pointer variable, the cast type, and this here malloc size. Pointer variable, a typecast. What type of is typecast? Already we discussed. Size represents number of bytes. Int star x. So here int pointer malloc of 10, or maybe int star malloc 5 into size of int. Why? Because here 5 into size of int. What is the pointer variable memory size? 2 bytes only. So it is the example program for this CLOC. It is also one of the dynamic memory allocation function here, which is going to be allocated in the form of the specification CLOC. So here malloc, next one is the CLOC function. This CLOC function here, in this CLOC function we are going to be memory allocation function used to dynamic for storing derived data types such as arrays and structures, which is going to be used. So pointer variable, typecast, here int is a typecast. Int is a typecast. This is the typecast. So what type of this one we are going to use? So next one is real. So whenever suppose previously allocated dynamic memory is not sufficient, it requires large amount of memory. So the memory changes can be required. It can be done using realloc, which provides altering the size of the memory allocation, which is called realloc. So here it will pointer variable cast type, realloc, pointer variable new size. Similarly free, which is going to free up the memory space. So releasing the storage space, whenever storage space is limited, we can use the free pointer variable. So it is going to be, this program is going to demonstrate the display the address of the library function. So printf, scanf, clr, scr. What is the address of that one? Similar to previous program, here we are using only, instead of a variable names, printf, scanf, etc. It is going to be display the address of user defined functions. Whenever I define any functions like void show, it is our user defined function, similar to that. This one is going to display the address of that one. So the address of the function can be also assigned to the pointer variable. So here pointer variable can be as pointer to function as this one. Program to call function with pointer to function. So similar to that, here int xyz star p, it is integer pointer, will show result. So automatically here it is going to result display the z value. What is the z value? That is star p. Star p is the pointer of that one x comma y. That is going to be display all these values in this specification. So here it is going to be display the 30, the value 10 and 20, that is going to be display the 30, the value. So why? Because here written a plus b. Here we are going to be assign the address of that variables. So it is going to be add those two. It is going to be written 30 result. So the difference between variables and pointers. So variable can hold the address of, so it hold ordinary variables. Pointer is going to hold the address of another variable. So general form of ordinary variable declaration is data type and identifier name. Similarly, pointer declaration is data type star pointer variable. So general form of initializing the variable name is polynomial int x equal to 10 or int x equal to 10. But here int x star p, the p equal to star x. So variable is holding ordinary variable, pointer is holding address of another variable. So quaternary variables compiler allocates the memory based on the data type. But whereas on pointer, it is going to allocate only 2 bytes only. So if it is char y, then it is going to allocate only 1 byte by the ordinary variable. For the pointer, it is going to allocate 2 bytes. For ordinary variables, only static memory allocation is possible. For pointer variables, dynamic memory allocation is possible. So it is a simple program for this ordinary variable, and another this program is for pointer variable. That is. Next, array and pointer. Array is a collection of homogeneous data elements. Homogeneous data elements. Pointer is a variable that holds address of another variable. No problem. So general form of array is data type, name of the array, size. Similarly here, pointer is data type, star pointer variable. So initializing the values, array size equal to stock values, here in pointer variable equal to ampersand. So array compiler allocates memory space based on the array, but whereas here 2 bytes in pointer. Size of the array gives the number of bytes, but here size of pointer will returns only 2 bytes. Array is only static memory allocation, pointer is going to be variable in the form of dynamic memory. Arrays can be resized, but variable can be resized by using reallocate. So here ordinary arrays cannot be reassigned, but whereas pointers can be reassigned. So all these are differences. Simple program for this array as well as the pointer. It is about overall 4th unit. Please go through 4th unit and sending the document also. Please go through the document. If you have any doubts, feel free to contact me. I will explain in detail. Thank you.